Now, I want to talk about the difference between wissen and kennen. And the only way to get that is by having examples from the two sides. Using the two verbs to form sentences. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. Now, let's start with wissen. Remember, I said it means to know. Okay, now we have the first meaning. The meaning of wissen. It means to know a fact or a piece of information. To know a fact or a piece of information. It can also mean it is often used with subordinate clause. Now, in the examples that we're going to give, you're going to see this manifestation in the examples for us to be able to distinguish between the two. Number one, the first example, weißt du, wo wir sind? Weißt du, wo wir sind? Do you know where we are? Weißt du, wo wir sind? Now, wissen, you see the subordinate clause here, wo wir sind, and that is characteristics of the verb wissen. Then the second question, wissen Sie, wo die Toilette ist? Wissen Sie, wo die Toilette ist? Do you know where the toilet is? Wissen Sie, wo die Toilette ist? And then the next one, ihr wisst, wann es Mittagessen gibt. Ihr wisst, wann es Mittagessen gibt. Mittagessen, that's a new word for you, and that simply means lunch. Ihr wisst, you, plural, you guys. Ihr wisst, you know when is lunch. Maybe it's 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or, maybe it's 12 noon or 12 or 11, or 1 or 2 p.m. Ihr wisst, you guys know when lunch is going to take place. Okay, then the fourth one, ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. Ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. I know that I know next to nothing. Now look at this. This one should be double S. Ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. Ich weiß, I know that ich nichts weiß. I know that I know next to nothing. Ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. I want to pronounce that sentence because we're still going to do something with it very soon. Ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. Ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. Again, ich weiß, dass ich nichts weiß. Okay. I know that I know nothing, though you know a lot of things. Okay, so that is for wissen. Now we go to kennen. So from wissen, this is the meaning, to know a fact or a piece of information. And then the characteristics of wissen is that it is often used with subordinate clause. And that we can all, you can see here. We have this subordinate clause here. We have another subordinate clause here. And then we have subordinate clause here. And then we come to kennen. Kennen means to be acquainted with something, or to know or be familiar with something or somebody. Now let's look at the examples. Number one, wir kennen deine Schwester. We know your sister. So you say it after me now. Wir kennen deine Schwester. The second example, kennt den Weg. Kennt den Weg. He knows the way. Kennt den Weg. Then example number 3. Kennt ihr dieses Wort? Say it after me. Kennt ihr dieses Wort? Do you know this word? Maybe I bring a new example to you, a new noun to you in German, and I ask you, kennt ihr dieses Wort? Do you know this word? And then the last one, kennen Sie den neuen Nachbarn? Kennen Sie den neuen Nachbarn? Do you know the new neighbor? So these are the examples to support the meaning of kennen and the usage of kennen and the usage of wissen. Okay, we are still going to do more to show us. Remember, number one, we have conjugated. And then number two, we have used the two verbs in different sentences to differentiate how they are used. We're still going to have more examples to prove that. The next thing we want to do now is to see. Now, once we have done the conjugation and we have used them in sentences, we want to go on to see a particular interesting combination of the two in a short dialogue. So let's go for that now.